Welcome back, everyone. It's John, Wade Boggs fan. Well, I have to say that I am was pleasantly surprised in the amount of views that my previous video has received. A nerd's look at the sports card market. I thought for sure, honestly, I wanted to do the video, but I figured that not too many of you would be interested in it, especially when I started getting into the all these charts and things like that. So I'm just blown away that you found it interesting. I guess I harkened back some memories for some of you taking econ classes, and I really do appreciate the fact that you thought I explained what I was talking about in a way that made sense. But one of the comments on the video by a Wrigley regular. I'm not sure if you saw his comment or not, but he wanted to know what I thought was driving the demand. That I think he gave an example of a 1955 Topps um, Jackie Robinson card that has had a steady demand for that card, and what has led to maybe a more recent increase in demand for that card, and conversely, what would cause the demand for that card to go down. And it sort of goes back to Mike Baseball Collector's two of his points, maybe all three, but at least two: the wealth effect and found money. That while there was a pretty, let's say, a pretty strong demand in the 55 Topps Jackie Robinson, as some of these collectors over the last year and a half felt that wealth effect and had some found money, whether it be stimulus, whether it be saving from not going out to eat, going to the movies, maybe even driving into work, buying gas, travel, vacations, you name it, they had extra money. So my thought process is that whereas in the past there was a certain population that could maybe afford a decent copy of a 55 Topps Jackie Robinson. Well, with collectors now having some found money and having that wealth effect, that may have opened up the door to more collectors saying, hey, you know what? I can actually, I've always wanted one. I have the money now, and maybe I'll go after that card as an example. So that may be one of the underlying causes for some of these cards, and maybe vintage in general. I don't want to talk about modern, but just thinking on vintage, that has caused the increase in demand. And then conversely, what would cause a for that demand to go back down to normal levels? And I think it's when that wealth effect isn't as strong and the found money goes away. So once the economy starts opening back up, maybe people that had been telecommuting going back into the office, so spending money on gas, you can now go out to restaurants, go to the movie theater, maybe take that vacation that you hadn't been able to take last year. Once those factors, I think, get back to normal, and who knows if we're ever going to get back to quote unquote normal, but back to closer to where normal was, collectors may find that they don't have as much extra income to put into sports cards and are more relying on their original budget back a year and a half ago and prior, to where they get into again a smaller budget, going after other cards and maybe not be able to go after some of the higher end vintage. So that's my thoughts on that. And Wrigley regular, thanks for posing that question in your comments. So yeah, I'm glad to know that there are other nerds out there. I wear that badge proudly because I'm a middle-aged guy who collects baseball cards. I don't know how much nerdier that can get. But again, I wear it with pride. So today's video, I just have a few Wade Boggs cards that I got in the mail over the past few days. And the topic of this video is I love on-card autos. And one of the cards has an on-card auto, and it's gorgeous. So I just love it when I can pick up an on-card autograph of Wade Boggs. Again, do I still get the sticker autograph cards? Yes, because it's on the checklist, and my goal is to get as many different Boggs cards as I can. But I love it when the card companies have that player actually touch the card and sign it. Usually the designs as well are such that it fits an autograph very well, and the one example that I have to show you does that, and it has some nice technology, so you'll see that. So I'm going to turn the camera around and let's go check out a few Wade Boggs cards that I got in the mail, including an on-card autograph. All right, the first card I want to show off is from 2020 Panini National Treasures. Now, this first card I'm going to show you is one that I already showed off that I had purchased previously. And this is the version out of 25. And it looks like it has silver numbering there and sort of like a either gold or bronze. I think this is the base version. Well, I managed to pick up the version out of 10. Now this one has, if you look at it, has more of a silver foil. It's very subtle compared to this other one here. But the other thing that I noticed when I was pulling out this card to show as an example, thinking that I would just be looking at the different color of the foil there, this one seemed a bit bulkier. And when I went to check the card holder, you notice, let's see if I can get this here. This one, the base one, is that thick. Look at the thickness of the parallel. Now, I found that interesting because they're both bat pieces. It's not like a patch that may be thicker. They just decided to make this card thicker and have a little bit more of a, sorry about the glare, a little bit more of a shadow box built up, so the bat piece is sunken down more than this one here. And I don't know, just found it a bit odd. So it adds to the fact of the comparison here of the two cards. But yeah, I managed to pick up the one out of 10. So there's that. The second one is, this was a Topps online purchase. I think it wasn't necessarily the box, but you could, or the set, but you could buy a box with packs or different things like that. And that is the Blake Jameson design of the 1951 Topps set. And I have to say, I really like it. This is the base. They do have parallel versions. I think all the other parallels, if I'm not mistaken, are serial numbered in the top left corner there. And there's the back. Really neat back. What struck me, though, is how small they are. Again, not that I don't like it. It's nice. I just would have expected maybe something a little bit bigger compared to, again, a base card. So, yeah, I was just a little surprised at just how small they are, but they are, I really like them. So hopefully I can pick up some more parallel versions of this. I think there may be, not including the one of one, I want to say maybe there are 3 other. The fifth version out of 51, there's a version out of 25, I think out of 10, and then maybe an unnumbered back variation, I think, which is maybe a short print or something. So I haven't seen too many of the parallels on eBay, but we'll see. Hopefully some of those will pop up. And then for the last card, and this is the one with the on-card autograph, this is from, No, hold on here. Is this 5-star? I want to say this is Topps 5-star. It's the Pentamerous penmanship. I'm almost positive it's Topps 5-star, but check that out. This is the green version, and you may not be able to make it out there. It's right below there. It's out of 10. It is actually serial number 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's not going to quite show up. In fact, I had a hard time finding where the serial number was as well. But of course, it has that clear acetate behind it with him throwing over to first base. And there's the back. You can see how the autograph is through that multi-layer there. Just a really cool card, on-card autograph. Just, I don't know. I when I saw these listed on eBay, probably either the way they took the picture or scanned it, didn't really show up very well, especially this clear area. Maybe if they had a background, yeah, it was something like that, and you really couldn't see just how good looking this card is in person, especially when you notice and you can see through there. And of course, that image of Wade, I've always liked that image there. So there you have it, my 3 pickups, my skinny bat card out of 10, a smaller than I expected Blake Jameson design of the 51 Topps, and my on-card autograph of Wade Boggs out of 10. So not a too shabby week there for my Boggs collection. And so with that, let's end this video with some trivia. All right, for the trivia question, the question from my last video was, what all-time postseason record did Daniel Murphy set during the Mets' run to the World Series in 2015? And as I said, watching that postseason as a Mets fan was extremely exciting, and a lot of that had to do with Daniel Murphy and his exploits with the bat. And what he did in that postseason, the answer is he homered in 6 straight postseason games. And if I'm not mistaken, there was at least one of them that was a walk-off home run, I believe. But man, he was on fire. I think he, just like some of the other Mets, like I said, sort of ran out of gas, didn't have quite as good of a World Series as he did in the postseason. So, yep, Mets ended up falling short in the World Series, but they had a heck of a run getting there. So, all right, to wrap up this video, I'm going to switch back to a quote. So I'm going to tell you a quote, and I'll have you guess who said it. So here's the quote. And it's, by the way, it is very timely to for this part of the year. And here it is. People ask me what I do in winter when there's no baseball. I'll tell you what I do. I stare out the window and wait for spring. And I think that's the sediment of all of us who are now caught in the, hopefully the ends, starting to be the ends of winter, but we're still experiencing cold weather, snow, you name it. And all of us, I think, are starting to get the itch now that, the new Topps flagship is out. That also signals that baseball is nearly coming back. I think pitchers and catchers, maybe a couple weeks away, maybe, from reporting. And hopefully before you know it, we'll be watching some spring training games. I don't know if they have decided on how many game season that they're going to be playing. Hopefully it's the 162, but we'll see. But yep, looking forward to having baseball back. So that's all I have for you guys. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.